placed it beautifully. Agony and ecstasy in one shot. Again, they'll push for two now. This is when run-outs become key. Won't get it. Matt Henry does well.
Ian Bishop, what do you, as we see the 50 from Ben Stokes, what do you bowl to the tail ender Plunkett? Do you go Yorkers or do you bowl it into the surface? Pitch it up, you could get hit if you miss your length.
Such a good Yorker there. It's been a really good Yorker, so I wonder if the key is to mix it up. Not get that Yorker in there, but just the odd one into the surface.
He's such a good death bowler. He'll know best, but tail ender, don't want to miss your length. Get a full toss and he'll squirt it away.
He's got two inside the circle and third man and deep point, so backward point inside the circle. Guptill rushing up to a short extra cover. He gets it through a gap. Another one. Santner uphill, hauls it in.
I think he went for the Yorker there because he trusts it. I think you have to go with what you trust at this stage.
Ross Taylor's not happy about something there. He wants a change of length.
I wonder if he'll go. The third man has gone back, so I want mid-off coming up. I was thinking full and wide, but with mid-off up, if he misses, he could get crashed down there as well.
There's another twist. There's another twist around the corner. Here's Bolt.
That was Taylor, completely driven by Ross Taylor. He was not happy the ball before. He completely overruled what was going on. And he just said, don't pitch it up.
.27 from 14. Steady the ship. Steady the ship, Kane. Bolt again. Goes for the Yorker again. Down the ground. Hit beautifully. Santner on the way again. Oh, got to go, and they did. The fatigue, the mental fatigue on Stokes' face now is obvious. The pressure.
Yeah, I think it's a mixing though, Naz, isn't it? He went for the Yorker there after the short ball, so he doesn't want to be predictable at this stage.
This is a big ball. This delivery is a massive ball. It's a free hit for Plunkett. Take the pressure off Stokes' next 2 overs.
They take one. They might look for two here. They might look for two. Santner again. 2:18 for 6. There's 2 overs to go. It's 24 from 12.
It's up to 2 a ball. It's up to that dreaded 2 a ball now. Stokes is blowing. He is really blowing. He's down on his haunches. He's sucking it in. The whole of the country's hiding behind their sofa at the moment. Get us these 24. Somehow get us 24.
Man for the moment, Ben Stokes. Man for the moment, Jimmy Neesham. 24 from 12. Stokes sits at the non-striker's end. He's digging deep. He's talking to himself. He's banging the bat into the ground, saying, you can do this. You can handle this. .12 and over. 2 a ball.
Got to be thinking at least 14 of this Neesham over.
I read a piece this morning saying that Stokes' old man would be supporting New Zealand today. I wonder who he's supporting right now. His son is trying to win a World Cup for England right now. Doing his best that he can ever do. He's done so well so far. 62 off 89.
Wasn't quite amazing there because New Zealand took forever to get this right, but Stokes just sat at the non-striker's end. He didn't even hardly talk to Plunkett. Plunkett goes, and he's hit another gap, has he? Nichols this time. Just the one. 23 from 11.
Ben Stokes has 5 deliveries. off New Zealand's sixth bowler here. You can't leave too many off Trent Bolt's last over. It can't be 14 off Bolt's last over. They've got to use these 5 balls of Neesham. Stokes knows that. Williamson knows that.
Super over. It's possible.
How's your ticker?
Right, let's look at the field. Let's look at the way Williamson has planned this to Stokes. Ideally, if they can't get him out, they get him off strike. It's as simple as that. Just the one as he falls down playing the shot. Good result, New Zealand. The key man is out of the game for the moment.
I think there have been some good Yorkers, attempted Yorkers being bowled at the end, what they've practiced routinely over this entire tournament and half their lives. Don't want to miss one, but it's been formulated to a plan.
How does he feel? He's powerless.
Owen Morgan is ice cold. He's nerveless, really, but even he must be feeling it now, surely.
Big ball, big ball. Straight up. Is it catchable? It is catchable. It's taken in the deep, Trent Bolt, and Plunkett is on his way.
Not just the wicket, but a dot. That hurts England as well. Another delivery used up. It was 22 off 10. It's now 22 off 9. They do cross, so Stokes will be on strike. It was in the slot. It was right on length, but Plunkett couldn't get enough of it. And New Zealand and their fielding has been quite brilliant. Plunkett's gone. He made 10, 220 for 7.
Beautiful shots of players who have missed out, make that way, trod up the stairs into a very silent dressing room. It's so nervous. He goes through there and then he'll turn right there and left into the English dressing room, and out comes Archer. Hasn't he done enough this World Cup, this new boy?
One thing he hasn't done is shown what he can do with the bat. He grew up as a batsman. He scored useful runs with the bat, but not yet in this World Cup.
.22 from 9.
Stokes versus New Zealand. That's what it's come down to.
Stokes versus Neesham. Slower ball. Now then. It's Trent Bolt again. Is this it? Is this? Oh, he's thrown it. He got it. He's got it. It's 6. You're kidding me. Is Trent Bolt sure about it? Do they have to look? Oh, no. Can you believe this action?
I think Martin got to the signal 6. We'll see it again.
He's got it. He's got it there. He's got it there. He steps on it there. Too late. Too late. And Gupta was there for the relay. Brilliant, brilliant effort from Bolt. What a moment. What a moment. 16 from 8. It's on again for England.
Fine margins. Fine margins. Another foot, and New Zealand win the game. A wrong foot on the boundary, and England are still in it.
Well, it's swung massively back in England's favour now. 16 from 8. It happened right below the New Zealand balcony. The English balcony can hardly look. Here's Neesham again. Just the single. Just the single. Butlers can't go. He can't go. They don't have to throw. Dots are good. Dots are good.
15 off 7. Archer wanted to come back to get Stokes back on strike. They were never making it back. And again, we get to that situation where it's a free hit for Archer. just throw the kitchen sink at it, get me a boundary and get it down, and I'll finish with Boult.
Dot here for New Zealand is absolute gold. 15 from 7. Could it be 15 from 6? Sure, there's a lot of accountants in there doing that calculation.
Come on, get it 11. Jofra Archer. Hit it for 4, get it down to 11. Stokes against Boult.
It's Neesham against Archer. It's Boldham straight through. He took a punt. He went for the big one. Neesham, the nerve held, and New Zealand are back in it again. And what a big last over we've got.
And Stokes is running out of partners. You can go on about the long batting lineup, but against this high quality bowling attack, you can see what it means to Ben Stokes. They keep coming in, they keep disappearing. Brave call to bowl a slower ball, and it was the right call. Emotions and the range of emotions, from the catch to the 6 to the wicket. First ball duck in a World Cup final. 227 for 8.
There they go, up the stairs again. Job not done. Terrible, the pressure on young kids these days, but it's such a high-priced game, this one. 15 off 6. It feels hollow. Now then, Rashid is a handy batsman. He's a nifty player. He's capable of getting the strike back to Stokes, but can Stokes afford to lose it?
That's the issue, isn't it? If Stokes hits it to the deep, is he going to take one and say, over to you, Rashid, get me 14 in 5? Or is Stokes just going to say, leave it to me, I'm going to face every delivery? I think it's got to be the latter.
Well, it's New Zealand's best bowler. Williamson has used his management skills brilliantly. It's his best bowler against England's best chance. 15 from 6. A Yorker, they've got to try and get it back on. He won't take the run. It makes it harder. 15 from 5.
He was going to go thinking I can get 2, but when it didn't go past Williamson, he said, no way, I've got to hit 4s and 6s. I'm going to back myself against your best bowler to hit it for 4 and 6.
Well, if Boult can come up with another 2 or 3 of those, it's going to be very hard to hit the long ball. 5 to go, 15 to win. Another beautiful length delivery, and Stokes can do nothing with it. It's 15 from 4 now. Boundaries are so important.
The line here as well, wide outside off stump. He's taking that leg side out of play. Maybe Stokes has got to open up that offside.
He is so feeling it. Rashid goes down, tries to comfort him, tries to back him. I don't think Stokes can hear a thing. Digs deep, here comes Boult again. Ball number 3. On the money, but it's out of the ground, is it? Is it out of the ground? It is! It is!
What a shot that is. He realised the line was going to be outside off, and he just put his leg down and slog swept. Trent Boult, yep, got the slog sweep out for 6. What a shot, what a cricketer.
Down on his haunches, sucking it in again. The crowd absolutely willing it over, the bulk of them anyway. Williamson, a wry smile. It's still on for both here. Goes again. Can he give the strike away? This is a big moment. They've got to run. They go to the other end. Oh, he gets in the way. This is going to go all the way to the boundary off the bat. Can you believe this? It has. I do not believe what I've just seen.
And it will go down as 6, and Ben Stokes cannot do anything about it. He can only apologise. He didn't do it on purpose. He can't do anything about it. He does apologise. It is signalled a 6. New Zealand can't believe it.
Totally inadvertent.
has never, ever changed his line, and he never looked at the ball, Stokes. He had no idea. He holds his hands up. How about the irony of this? Kid born in New Zealand, apologising to his New Zealand mates, but he's still got a World Cup to win. It's 3 from 2 balls. New Zealand have to get a wicket here, or are we staring down the barrel of a tie? A super over. If they get 2 runs, England, in these 2 balls, scores tied, super over.
Got a feel for New Zealand there. 6, and then that. 6 was down to the skill, and then it comes off the bat.
Well, umpires are having a chat about that. I don't think you can do anything about it. It's in the laws of the game. It's just straight out bad luck at exactly the wrong time in your lifetime.
Yeah, because if a guy had fielded it, they wouldn't have bothered to run out of the spirit of the game and sportsmanship. But because it's gone for a boundary, it has to stand.
Right, that script. Here we go. England now. It's in the hands of Ben Stokes. Bolt. Can he handle it? Pressure on, all that experience, the brilliance of Bolt over the years. Stokes on strike. 3 from 2. New Zealand need a wicket or a dot. It's as simple as that, a wicket or a dot, and still the umpires are talking.
Do you trust this Yorker again? It's worked so well most of the time.
Yeah, you just go to the ball you bowl best, and that's been the Yorker. Another meeting.
Yeah, well, Williamson's, I think he's doing the right thing here. He's slowing things down. Biggest decision of the World Cup. This one they're working on right now. 3 from 2. Morgan on the right. If he's cool now, he's not a human. He can't be. 3 inside the circle on the offside. Williamson up and tight on the onside. Here's Bolt. Here's Bolt. Down the ground. Now then, they've got to try and come back. Santner throws it in. Out. Rashid is out. The good part about that, only 1 run.
Maybe Santner could have thrown it at Stokes' end. Stokes was the end to try and run out. They were always going to get a run out there. Rashid did the right thing, sacrificed himself. But maybe the throw could have gone to Stokes' end to run out the person who's going to hurt you in the last delivery.
Can I just say how good that is from Bolt, barehanded? Can I just say that? That is amazing, because that's 2 runs if he doesn't field that cleanly. Staggering standard of cricket under pressure.
Rashid's gone, 240 for 9.
He's coming out. He's coming out quicker than Usain Bolt. He goes to the non-strikers end. He's practicing his running, that's why. Stokes is on 83. One amazing innings. But it's not a number on his mind at the moment.
Do you take the risk of getting out and searching for 2, or do you look for safety, take 1 and go to a super over?
You make sure you get bat on ball. You make sure you put a bat on it. You'll get 1, and you may well scramble a 2 in panic.
Well, here's another scenario. Wood has to be prepared to run a bye here. If he fails to make contact, Wood has to be prepared. He has to have the wherewithal to run a bye. A super over. If New Zealand can hold it to 1 run, a super over. If they can hold it to no runs, they're world champions. Stokes hits it for 2. England are world champions. 7 weeks of cricket, 48 games, 1 ball. Here's Bolt. They're going to push. Are we in for a super over? They've got to go quick. They've got to go quick. Out. I'm sure he's out. We're going to a super over.
You are kidding me. You are kidding me. Unbelievable. After 7 weeks, we are not done yet. They will check it, surely.
He's out. He's out. He's out. He's got to be out. Two great pieces of fielding under pressure.
The only question is whether he knocked the bails off first. Nope. Excellent. Excellent from Trent Boult.
You are kidding me. Ben Stokes didn't take the gamble. He did put bat on ball. He backed Wood to get back for 2. He didn't. 100 overs of cricket. You cannot split these teams.
This is quite incredible. You cannot, I say it, I've said it before, you cannot write a script like this. You cannot write a script like this. After all this time, 50 overs of cricket, either side, the scores are exactly level. Let's just first of all pay tribute to Ben Stokes. He came out, England were almost in a hopeless situation. Let's just, the emotion on his face, the emotion of this man, what an innings.
What do you do with him? Because you want a super over, you want Ben Stokes, I'd say Stokes and Buttler. But he's just exhausted. You have to fire up Jason Roy, who are your best 2 now. There'll be a lot of chat in both dressing rooms.
Well, I don't believe you can have this much drama. It is just the most amazing scene here at Lord's. Look at that emotion. The most beautiful sight of emotion in sport. You never get a better example. And out in the middle, can we also pay a credit to a fielding side under pressure who handled it?
Outstanding. Under pressure, the throws right over the top. That last throw under pressure right by the bails, remarkable.
How about the 6? How about the 6 off the bat? How about the 6 off the bat, Nas?
It's in the laws of the game, Ian Smith. He didn't do it on purpose.
Gotta get a rub of the green. Here's the last over. You have a go.
Well, it was going New Zealand's way. Perfect wide Yorker. Stokes doesn't want to lose the strike. Another one, he doesn't want to lose the strikes. And now England are worried. Now Stokes is worried. Now they believe. And then probably the most remarkable bit of cricket in the last 7 weeks. He hits it. He's going to get 2. He gets 6.
Emotion on the balcony. Still 2 balls to come. Rashid desperately trying to get back here. Brilliant piece of work from Boult. Brilliant piece of work from Boult under pressure. And there we go again. Now this is Jimmy Neesham, whose throw has to be good. The bounce throw into Boult, he does it again. And Wood is well and truly short. And Stokes knows he could have won it, but it's not over. It's not over. New Zealand stand in the middle, and both teams now ponder this. They ponder the super over, and we will explain it to you now graphically. Only nominated players from the playing 11 may participate. 3 batsmen and 1 bowler. Team batting second will bat first. That's why New Zealand is still out there. The fielding side will choose which end to bowl. The team scoring more runs in the super over will simply win. The loss of 2 wickets ends the team's super over innings. So if you lose 2 wickets inside of the 6 balls, that's the end of your innings. Now if the super over is tied, and who'd bet against it right now, the team hitting more boundaries in their innings and the super over win. Currently, that's England.
And England are in that dressing room now trying to work out if Ben Stokes can go back out that door. They've got to force him back out that door. However exhausted he is, surely Stokes and Buttler.
Where's the advantage? Where's the advantage having just bowled on the surface? Do you send Jason Roy out, the most dangerous player in the tournament?
I don't know if I want someone who's been sat there for 3 hours in the dressing room thinking his World Cup is over. I want Stokes and Buttler, left-hand, right-hand combination. But is Stokes fit enough to run the 2s?
Who bowls the over?
Bolt, I'd go Bolt again. He's just bowl one, bowl him another one.
Got Colin de Grandhomme, 10 overs for 25.
Yeah, but he was bowling in the middle. He wasn't bowling a super over.
Oh, man.
I just want to see Colin de Grandhomme's face if they go up to him now and say, you're bowling in this super over.
It was poor old Colin de Grandhomme trying to run down the extra runs off the bat up the hill at Lord's, trying to inch that boy. If he managed to run that down, New Zealand would be world champions. It's as simple as that.
Just look at that last ball as well, and Ben Stokes just trying to bunt it, to weight it into the outfield so he could get two. On reflection, maybe he could have tried something a little bit more dominant, but he bunted it too firmly.
49th over was unbelievable. It really was. This is Neesham under pressure. This is Plunkett. Remember, Stokes is the key here. New Zealand wanting him off strike. Plunkett down the ground, can't get enough of it. Bolt takes a great catch. Under pressure, I say, a great catch. Stokes goes big to Bolt. Realises too late that he's about to stand on the boundary rope. That's 6. Then they push again. This is Archer. Cleaned out by Neesham. Great slower ball. Who are the English batsmen about to appear in the middle at Lord's? Let's have a look at them. Who are they?
Well, it's not Joe Root, that is for certain. Who are they sending out that door?
It's Stokes. It's Butler. I think that's the right choice.
The right choice, spot on. As long as Stokes physically, and I can tell you what, good luck going up to Ben Stokes and saying you're not going back out there. Good luck with that.
What's he forgotten?
I think he just wants some spray for his hands. They use this spray that when their hands get sweaty and sticky, the gloves don't get too sweaty and sticky.
I can tell you right now, it is 8 minutes past 6 on a Monday morning in New Zealand. I'm not sure there's been a more dramatic time in sport in our country, because this is the underdog factor here. This is so important for so many reasons, and it's going to be bowled again.
What about with the bat? While we've got some time, Smithy, what about with the bat for New Zealand? Who are you going when they go out?
Oh, look, I really don't. I think it depends on how many they got to get. I could throw Colin in again, Colin de Grandhomme, because he's a big hitter, hits a big ball.
Guptill?
I think, well, big call.
And the Iceman Williamson.
Yeah, the Iceman. Don't send someone out to do a job you're not prepared to do yourself.
And the other thing is that the fielding restrictions will be the same as it was for the final power play of the innings. 5 outside.
Thanks, Bish.
Next man for England, Morgan. Probably go Morgan.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he's prepared to back himself. He'll say to himself, I'm the leader here, I'm not going to back away. Although he's got some serious thinking about it in terms of his field placing, etc. Now then, the reviews go back to the teams. The reviews go back. 1 review per team still back. That could be vital. Here we go. First ball, super over. World Cup final. Believe it. England are none for none. 4 inside the circle on the offside. Trent Boult to Stokes. Outside edge, running up the hill. They can push for 3 because Butler's very quick. Stokes is out on his feet, but he'll make it. 3 off the first.
Already thinking ahead to who bowls England's over, but that's for another 5 deliveries from now.
Well, England will be thinking that, and this is why they didn't want to send Stokes out there. How physically active he's been in the last 100 overs. He is blowing 5 more balls, Ben. 5 more balls.
That's 9 perfect result for me for England. To get Butler on strike now with all his innovations. It's such a hard field to set now for Williamson because he knows he can hit it round the clock. Anytime he likes, he can hit it round the clock. He's got all of those bases covered.
As far as England are concerned, it's either they go with experience, Woakes, or they go with youth, the young lad Archer. 5 overs, 1 for 22 he bowled at the death. That's the debate, whether you throw it to the young lad on such a big occasion, or you back your senior bowler.
Are we looking at the ramp shot here? Are we looking at a scoop shot? Is Butler prepared to take it on? You wouldn't bet against it. He'll do anything. Just a single, just a single. Good delivery from Bolton. Butler's down the other end. They look cool, but they're not. I'm not sure anyone at the moment has got a steady heart.
I think New Zealand are hurting more. I think those 2 sixes, I think just before those 2 sixes, they were thinking about they'd won the World Cup.
Here's Bolt. Gap, is it? Yes, it is. He's done it again, Stokes. They've got 8 off 3.
This is an incredible innings, it really is. Same shot he played when he hit Bolt for 6. His placement has been brilliant in this innings. That's not far off being a good Yorker. He's got the sweep out again.
And Archer is warming up down below the players' balcony as well, bowling.
Just the one. That's 9 off 4. 9 off 4. And down under the balcony, the very rare sight in front of the members of the rookie warming up. We now know who's going to have to handle it.
Like a club game, isn't it? Just having a little bowl before they go out, and he's doing it at the home of cricket.
Club game with about 6 million on the line.
This
is by the by.
Isn't this where a batter should have a hitting net outside? So if he has to come in for 1 ball, he's got a sweat on, isn't it? When do we get that?
Haven't you had enough?
Oh, give me more. Come on, bring it on, Smithy. Come on. Tons more.
Right, another field change. It's taken an eternity to get this thing done. Ferguson comes up inside the circle. Neesham goes back. It's Butler on strike. It's a perfect Yorker. They've got to push for 2. He lost it in the sun. Nichols lost it in the sun. They'll get 2. Couldn't pick it up. Still not a bad result from New Zealand. If they get away without a boundary here, it's on.
Just didn't see it at all. He's looking straight into the setting sun. You can see him in the distance. You can't see it. There it is.
Said it so often. This is a massive delivery in this World Cup. Bolt, last ball, Butler. He gets it in a gap. He gets a boundary. 15 off the super over. 15 off Bolt. And New Zealand's target in 6 deliveries is 16 to be the world champion.
And it was the 2 men that hurt him in normal time. The 2 men they built their partnership around, Stokes and Butler. And it's going to be those 2 men that have produced 15 runs in the super over.
I'm looking at New Zealand players running off. Jimmy Neesham is running off. Upstairs, maybe Jimmy Neesham will be one of the batsmen. Sportsmanship from New Zealand because they realise whatever happens, Stokes has been simply amazing. Pressure on Bolt. Pressure on Bolt. Can we take any more?
Good God. 14 one-day internationals in Jofra Archer's career, and on the biggest stage of all in ODI cricket, he is tasked with bowling the super over. This, all that he's done before in this tournament, now is riding on this over.
done all they can do, the bulk of them, as they head their way up the stairs. Jofra Archer, who gets out England through this, he might be Sir Jofra Archer. Mike Gatting, so experienced administrator. Here is the super over.
I think it'll be completely different. As we look at this super over, Trent Boult just went primarily to his Yorkers. The ball he likes to bowl, which is very sensible under pressure. I think with Archer, he will bowl more into the pitch. He'll bowl bouncers and slower ball bouncers. Brilliant from Stokes. Outstanding fitness. And Buttler was so cool as well.
Archer bowled some really good Yorkers today, as Trent Boult we've seen deliver mostly. He's got a really good leg-cutting short delivery just to change things up. Pace on the ball from a bouncer. Top edge could travel far.
Well, New Zealand, of course, they'll know what Archer's going to bowl. And that's why they've predominantly, I think, picked guys who can recognise a slower ball and can play flat bat shots. I think New Zealand have planned that, so we'll just see. I'm sure I saw Jimmy Neesham running off. He wouldn't normally be one of your first choices in this situation, but because of the style of bowling, I think he might be.
How much would that be? A left hand, right hand at the crease.
Factor this into the equation. Factor this in. If this ends in a tie, England win the World Cup. New Zealand have to get 16 runs. Otherwise, England are the world champions. Also, you put yourself now in Morgan's shoes all of a sudden. We've been talking about Williamson for the last 4 hours, it seems. Morgan has field placings. Where do you put your best fielders?
Morgan just been informed of all the regulations. He'd have been told about the fielding regulations. He'd have been told about the exact point that Ian Smith has made, about what happens if the scores are level. Everything is absolutely clear. He's got his bowler stood right there next to him to make sure there's no miscommunication. And then it will be up to him and his bowler to work it out. Straight to his bowler. What are we going to do? Are you going to do what you did in normal play and bowl it into the surface, or are you going to go full?
Sure if they're wags or girlfriends or fans or whatever, but we all feel the same way here at Lords at the moment. 16 to win from 6 deliveries. What New Zealand have to do here is get a boundary in the first 2 deliveries. A boundary in the first 2, and that puts it so much back on that young mind.
I just want to see how he constructs the over, because I think one of the options at the forefront of my mind is to go Yorker initially and then look to pull the length back, go to your safety ball, your safety valve.
You've also got to factor in, he's just a kid. What about wides? What about bounces that go too high? He has to be so accurate.
But he hasn't bowled like a kid in the tournament. That's why they've backed him. They backed him before the tournament, and they'll back him now. They could have gone Wokes with all his experience. They just fancy on this surface, Archer is their man.
Nice touch a moment ago where one of Archer's colleagues, Ben Stokes, shook his hand. Good luck to you, brother. You've only just arrived on the scene, but we're all in this together with you.
Vince is on the field. And that is for Mark Wood. Even the members are on their feet. They appreciate the tenseness of the situation. And New Zealand will take their time here. We've been here 7.5 weeks. Another few minutes won't matter. Alan Lamb poised at the back. He was a man for the occasion.
If I remember rightly, he hit 16 in an over to win a game against Australia. Bruce Reid, a long time ago, when it was unheard of to get 16 in an over. Nowadays it's done. Jofra Archer will hope it's not done today.
Now then, who are the Black Caps coming down? It's Martin Guptill and Jimmy Neesham. Right hand, left hand combination. Martin Guptill, who has really battled to be the real Martin Guptill, now has an opportunity to get the headlines, as does Jimmy Neesham. The polite applause from the members here at Lord's, that's always a given. Let's do it. A little bit of bonding, let's do it. Got Brendan McCullum at the back of the commentary box. He wants to put the pads on. He's keen. He'd have been out there.
The most runs Jofra Archer has gone for in a single over in this entire World Cup is
16.
15.
Oh. So far. Here we go, folks. Here we go. This is just the most amazing scene here. It's the biggest prize in cricket on the line. And if you paid £2,000 a ticket, I think you underpaid. Stokes goes out to the boundary where he is saluted for a very good reason. It is Neesham on strike. Is this the end? Is this the end for Archer to bowl from?
It's not the end. He bowled all day, so they've taken him up the other end. I have no idea why, maybe because of the short boundary, but there's a left-hand, right-hand combination, so at some stage he was going to be bowling to the short boundary.
What does he do, Bish? Does he take the pace off the ball? Does he make it hard to hit? Make it, you've got to hit all your own momentum. How does he do this?
What does he trust? Again, I could be wrong, but I'd go Yorker first to start with, to make sure that I try to start my over in the best possible way.
He can't afford a wide. He can't afford an extra delivery. He's going to go round the wicket. 4 men inside the circle on the offside. Here we go. Archer. A wide. It is a wide. It's a freebie for New Zealand. It's pressure on a young man.
Yeah, Morgan's got to play his role here. Jofra Archer, that was a wide. Morgan's just got to keep in control. Quiet word every now and then from the skipper.
Well, he's going to go to field at mid-off. I think that's a good move. He's just swapped with Joe Root. He was in the covers. He's got to go to mid-off because he's got to help him out through this. That's surely a wide. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Depends on who you ask, really.
I'm not asking.
That's
it's a
on
wide.
the tram line.
Read the book. Here we go. Ball number 1 again. Perfect Yorker. They've got to get 2. Guptill will get back. He's quick enough. 3 off 1, New Zealand. 3 off 1.
Well, the move to put Jimmy Neesham in and face the first ball. If it pays off, it's a masterstroke. If it doesn't, people will be saying, why Jimmy Neesham? Martin Guptill at the moment is just running the other end.
I wouldn't discount the fact that Colin de Grandhomme's got the pads on, because if you want someone to hit a 6 off the last ball, he's probably your best bet. Probably your best bet. Here's Archer again. He's got it! It's huge! It's gone! It's out of the park! Boom! 7 from 4 now!
Now it's looking like a masterstroke. Deep in his crease, brilliant batting, way back in his crease. Gave him the leverage to go leg side. That didn't creep over like Stokes. That has gone a long way.
You feel for Archer, you feel for him. He might still get England out of this, but it's so on a young man. It's a big call over experience.
I think that's why he tried to go full and wide to Neesham. Neesham dominates that leg side.
They haven't changed a thing. They haven't changed a thing in terms of the field. Here's Archer again. Neesham gets him again. Will they go for two? Guptill says yes, a misfield. More pressure. More pressure, 5 from 3 all of a sudden. It's getting to everybody. Jason Roy, I think it is in the deep with the misfield.
And they need all 5. Just to reiterate, scores are level on this one. England win. They need every one of these 5. They are one hit away from winning the World Cup.
They are one hit away from winning the World Cup. Can you believe this? No. 5 from 3, Jimmy Neesham. That steely look. Archer has to come up with something special. Can't bowl an extra. He cannot bowl an extra. Neesham on strike. He's hit another gap. Guptill will come back. Don't worry about that. They've gone to the wrong end. Guptill was always going to make it. Now we're down to 3 from 2.
Buttler's screaming, my end. He's screaming, get it to my end. You're not going to round Guptill out.
Now it's a 4 will win the World Cup for New Zealand. A 4 will win it. Just a boundary. Another consultation. He hasn't tried a short ball. He hasn't tried a slower ball. He's looked for the Yorker. He's looked for the hole.
He's gone to a different plan that he did in the 50-over game that just went before. He needs to go into the pitch. He needs a dot ball from somewhere now. Find a dot ball.
And Damasina has just gone down. New Zealand say, what do we need? He's saying if you don't surpass the 15, then you will not win the World Cup. England will win the World Cup. You have to get 3 runs. 2 is not good enough. 2 balls to go. Archer to Neesham. It's going to be on Martin Guptill. It's going to be on Martin Guptill. 2 from 1. 2 from 1.
And he went back to bowling it into the surface. He bowled it short.
I wonder if Jofra Archer was going to try for the run out there.
He said to Martin Guptill he'll be batting at 7:45 at Lords and you need 2 to win. He'll probably think he's 220 not out, not facing his first delivery in a super over.
Now Bish, get back in here. Don't you walk away, son. What does he bowl? Right-hander on strike.
Going Yorker.
Going Yorker?
Yeah. Nasser?
Butler's been down. He's had a word.
Slower ball into the pitch. I'm looking at the field as it's going to come to who can stop the 2. 1 England win, anything more New Zealand win.
I can tell you right here and now, in about 30 seconds time, there's going to be agony and ecstasy of the highest order in sport.
I just hope, Smithy, it's done by a bit of brilliance, not a mistake out there in the field.
Let's look at the field, guys. Look at the field. Long on, long off, and not right back on the boundary. A lot of those boundary riders are looking to stop the 2. They're hedging their bets, which they have to.
Well, Martin Guptill, eh? Has it turned? In 1 ball, could it turn? He's going to bowl short.
Yeah,
he's going to bowl short.
The field says short.
And Guptill's going to wait for it. Now, is he going to take the pace off it? Here it is, folks. This is the moment. It's Archer to Guptill. 2 to win. Guptill's going to push for 2. They've got to go. Throw's got to go to the keeper's end. He's got it. England have won the World Cup by the barest of margins. By the barest of all margins. Absolute ecstasy for England. Agony. Agony for New Zealand. Wow. It's all yours, Nasser. It's your cup.
Unbelievable. You've got to feel for New Zealand. Look at them. You just cannot believe it, but England have deserved it. It came down to 1 bit of fielding after 7 weeks. Could he get back for 2? Could the throw come in? It did. Could Buttler get it back to the stumps on time?
I think you have made my decision.
That is brilliant. What a way to end the game. Truly remarkable scenes. New Zealand might have lost the game, but cricket has definitely been the winner here this evening.
It was Jason Roy, the fielder. Archer has come up trumps just by the barest of margins. And out in the middle, the players are comfort in each other, and New Zealand, Guptill and Neesham have done their very best. It is just the most amazing scene here at Lord's. Has it been matched ever in terms of drama? I can't think so. I can't. In hundreds of years of history.
Nope, you're right there. Yorker from Archer as well. I think, and history will prove it, that he's bowled the right choice there. Yorker at the end with the field that was set. What character from that young man, but a great final, the greatest of them.
Oh, it's Owen Morgan. It's Owen Morgan who's going to lift the trophy. England win the Cricket World Cup in the most dramatic fashion you can ever imagine. The Irishman comes good for England. He had to, and I take my hat off to him, because he obviously spoke to Archer. They worked on it as a team. He went to mid-off. He said, I'll talk you through this. I back you. He bowled a wide first ball. He was under early pressure. So in effect, New Zealand scored 15 from 7.
The game went in so many directions. There were so many sides winning it, losing it. In the end, the boys in blue won it.
Well, we won't be leaving you here, I'll tell you, because the scenes are so dramatic. The teams will now exchange a shake of hands as the New Zealand side line up, and Ben Stokes, Jofra Archer, fast-tracked through the system. England support group down off the balcony. Ross Taylor, the first in line from New Zealand's point of view. What a hollow feeling from a New Zealand point of view to get so close. You do not have a closer margin than that, ever, in anything. Ben Stokes. The irony of that. The irony of that.
He is so emotional. Look at him. That's how much it means to him. Look how emotional he is. He has done it all and more.
Tough men are brought to tears. And he is a tough man, brought to tears.
They'll be celebrating Jofra Archer from Buckinghamshire to Bridgetown. What character that young man has shown his first 2 or 3 months in international cricket. And he's been given that job at age 24, and he's bowled like a 29-year-old, not a 24-year-old.
They got every call right. Who to send out in the super over? Stokes and Buttler. Who to bowl the super over? Jofra Archer. Nailed his Yorker. Jason Roy, get it in, keeper's end, get it in on the bounce so it'll skid on. It does skid on. Buttler makes no mistake.
Unbelievable. They knew the margin was too big. Guptill was quick. The throw had to be right on the money. Remember the Roy misfield earlier in the over. He had a second chance to make amends. This doesn't happen on cricket fields.
Think of the departing CEO Dave Richardson as well. A little bit earlier we talked about a close finish would send him off on a high just as much as Buttler and the rest of this team. Best World Cup finish ever.
First World Cup for England ever. It was worth the wait. It really was. It was a long time coming, but it was worth the wait.
Oh, look at that. There's always two sides to any story with drama. Look at that. Look at the emotion there. And now the New Zealand players have made their way down onto the field of play at Lord's. The members absolutely right in the thick of it. They've watched players come and go for about 8 hours now. And at the end of it, England get there. The match summary. New Zealand 241 for 8. England 241 all out. It goes to a super over. England score 15, New Zealand needs 16. They score 15. They win the World Cup. They win the World Cup.
Ben Stokes, brilliant. Henry Nicholls anchored the innings earlier on. Kane Williamson, his captaincy, Ian Smith, was brilliant.
Acknowledging friends and family in the crowd. Joe Root ecstatic. There's wonderful shots of through the long room, up the stairs, into the dressing room. They'll shortly come back down to receive the World Cup. Johnny Bairstow, terrific innings again. Members patting them on the back. As such drama. You just are so privileged, folks, to get inside the inner sanctum of Lord's to see this.
England's women celebrated their World Cup victory here 2 years ago against India. The men get a chance to do it at this very ground today, and hats off to New Zealand and their supporters. They've played their role in this spectacular theatre here at Lord's.
Here's the Archer over, okay? First baller wide. Serious pressure there, Bish, at that point.
Yeah, he tried to go full and wide, take it away from Neesham. He nailed it second time round. They got two, but then he got two straight with the attempted Yorker, and that's where Jimmy Neesham likes to hit it. Pressure on. 7 from 4. Another couple of runs. The throw should have gone to the keeper's end. Should have been keeper's end. Misfield. Again. Another 2. Should have been keeper's end again. Butler's berating the fielder. Should have been to keeper. And then single. Which left them needing 2 of the last ball. Yorker nailed. Only 1 taken. Bounce throw brilliant. And a historic end to this contest. England's first World Cup win. Look at Jofra Archer. He was on his own there because everyone went in the direction of Jos Buttler trying to catch him. Archer was left momentarily to celebrate on his own.
I feel so much for Martin Guptill, I do. Feel for all of the guys dressed in black and all of you fans at home who have sat throughout this tournament, sat throughout this evening and morning of drama. To miss at the very last hurdle, at the last stride. Unbelievably painful situation to have to absorb. Colin de Grandhomme in the foreground. They've got Guptill there. It's consolation from Ish Sodhi. Nothing they can do about it now. It's gone. England have gone inside. They will regroup and come back out to receive their World Cup. A penny for those thoughts. They can't be happy. They come now. The crowd have stayed in their numbers to see this historic moment. It is just a situation where it's so high, so low. Even as a commentator, Bish, you get so high, you get so low, you run out of things to say almost.
I think you've written it well, Ian Smith. But is the most critical moment of this match that ricochet for 6 runs that just has to be destiny, nothing illegal about it. They can't believe their bad luck.
Well, they've got steely faces, some of the New Zealanders, but I think there'll be more tears later. There'll be more emotion to break through some of these faces. There won't be too many tears in the England camp. There'll be just joy, absolute joy. Just phenomenal scenes. A wry smile from Colin de Grandhomme, whose bowling performance was so good in the first part of the game. Well, we're going to take this opportunity to get downstairs and have a word to 1 or 2 players with various emotions. Here's Simon Doull.
Yeah, thanks very much, Johnny Bairstow, Jos Buttler alongside me, boys. How are you feeling, Johnny?
Elated, I think, but
obviously, first of all, massive commiseration to the New Zealand boys. I mean, that was one hell of a game, and look, edges one way, edges another, and look, they've had a hell of a tournament all the way through, and the way that the guys came out in that Super Over was huge, and Stokes' performance.
The intensity, the emotions, Joss, how was it?
Unbelievable, isn't it? I thought I'd seen everything in cricket, and that game was just ridiculous, wasn't it? So obviously we're an amazing occasion here. It's very hard to put it into words at the minute, but what an unbelievable day.
241 on the board. What were the words at halftime?
Oh, look, I think we bowled pretty well, to be honest with you. And then they put us under a heck of a lot of pressure early on with the ball, and took wickets and put it in the right areas and enabled the ball to do something. So it was pretty tough. But the way that Stokesy and Josh then built on the partnership, that's won us the game, hasn't it, at the end of the day?
Yours and Ben's partnership, what were you talking about out there when you got together with him?
We wanted to take it deep. We knew that we didn't really feel like the run rate would be an issue if we were both there at the end, and just trying to get a partnership together. That was, as we said in the break, a couple of good partnerships will chase this down. So just trying to extend it, trying to put pressure back on New Zealand, I don't know what happened there at the end. That was unbelievable.
It's incredible. I mean, the running between the wickets, the fielding, you guys have been brilliant throughout the tournament. What does it mean to yourself and to play in front of the home crowd and here at Lord's?
Yeah, I mean, what a spectacle, what an atmosphere. I mean, to play at Lord's is one thing, but to play a World Cup final at Lord's is a completely different matter. And to have our friends, families here, and the rest of the amazing fans that have been throughout the tournament for all the teams that have been there is huge. And yeah, it's difficult to put into words, mate.
All right, boys, celebrate well. I'm just going to pop over here. I'm going to catch up with Joe Root and Liam Plunkett. Joe, massive start to the summer. World Cup was just the first part of it. How does it feel for you?
Unbelievable. Wow. It's hard to sum it up. I mean, what a day, what a tournament. I think everyone's gone into it and done everything that's been asked of them, and we've come through some difficult periods in the group stage, held it together, performed under pressure, and then to see the way the guys went about that at the end when pressure was on, it's almost written in the stars for Ben. You know, he's been through such a tough time. So proud of him, so happy for him, for his family, everything that they've been through. You know, I just couldn't be more proud and pleased for him in particular.
Liam, they can't lose when you're on the team.
Yeah, I'll take that, mate. I will take that. What a day, mate. I don't think it's sunk in yet. It's a great game of cricket towards the end there. What a finish that was. Obviously, hats off to the Kiwi boys. But yeah, it's not sunk in yet, mate, but obviously I'm over the moon.
How nervous were you when you walked out to bat after bowling so well?
Yeah, you are. Obviously, I want to get down the other end and give Stokesy it, but try to swing the willow, connect a few. Obviously, you got caught, but we still have batters in there. Obviously, Rash coming in as well a bit later on. But yeah, as Root has said, it just felt like this was going to happen for us.
Outstanding, mate. I'll just thank you very much. Well played. Pop over here and find Jofra Archer, Ben Stokes. Ben, congratulations. Outstanding performance, Jofra. Well done. What do you got to say, mate? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty lost for words. I mean, all the hard work over that 4 years to get here and, you know, be champions of the world, it's an amazing feeling. Yeah, I'm pretty done, to be honest.
Jofra, that Super Over, when you found out you were bowling it, how were your nerves on this massive stage?
I'm pretty sure I was going to bowl it, but I just had to double check with Marks. Heart still racing, sorry, but
It's only a couple of months ago, you know, people were talking about whether you'd be in the side, whether you wouldn't be in the side. What does this mean to you? How does it feel to pull on the England shirt and to win a World Cup?
It's probably the biggest thing. Well, it's probably one of the only tournaments I've ever won in my life. And from the beginning of the tournament, the guys started so well, and I'd be quite disappointed if we didn't win. A great bunch of fellas, especially this man here trying to calm me down before we bowl. So it's been a really good family to me so far.
Been a great bit of sportsmanship out there from yourself as well. There's no meaning from your point of view with the throw, the one that went to the boundary. You're so quick to apologise. I think that's the respect between both these sides, is it?
I think so. I think playing against New Zealand's always, you know, a great event to be a part of. They're a seriously good team. and they're really, really good lads. You get to know them, you spend time with them with the amount of times you played with them, and I said to Kane, I'll be apologising that for the rest of my life. Sort of written in the stars when that kind of stuff happens, but yeah.
Outstanding, gents. Well played today. Congratulations. Enjoy the night.
I think Stokes in particular is so fatigued he can hardly speak. Archer's lost for words as well. Even the heroes are sucking in the big ones at the moment, because it's going to take a bit of getting over whatever side you support. Really is. There'll be more and more of those Jofra Archer lookalikes posted around England from here on in. Who knows what will happen with that young man who handled pressure so well at the start of his career, when there were so many more experienced players out there. They gave it to the rookie, and the rookie delivered. How about Kane Williamson? A word for Kane Williamson: his leadership with the bat, his leadership in the field, defending meagre totals in a semi-final and a final, Bish.
Yeah, assessing and instructing his team as to what they need. They would have fallen short of what they would have deemed as perfect on a couple of occasions in those games that you call, but they managed to just make the best of their skill sets, their fielders, their bowlers. They've played their part, definitely. It'll be hurting. 2 finals and 2 World Cups in a row. And no cigar.
No cigar. No cigar at all. Hands in pockets. Hardly find a conversation at all amongst them. Officials in the background. Big day for the officials. Let's get back downstairs. I think Simon Doull might have found somebody else.
Yeah, James Neesham alongside me. Jimmy, how tough is that to take after the performance you guys put in?
Yeah, it stings, obviously. To scrap our whole innings to what was a pass score, and I thought the way Tommy batted especially was outstanding, and we knew we were going to have to put a lot of P on them up top and fire a few shots, and potentially the ball didn't bounce our way in that top 10 the way it could have. But look, I think credit to England, the way they stuck it, the way Joss and Stokesy sort of rode out that hard period and gave them a chance to have a hit at the end was outstanding. And yeah, another day the coin might have fallen our way, but I think we'll look back in a few years and probably say it was a pretty good experience.
The way you fought in the semi-final and the final to, as you put it, scrap to a good score, a score that was defendable on that sort of pitch. How impressed were you with all the boys and obviously yourself as well?
We don't really expect anything less from our group, to be fair. I think that's the way we are as Kiwis, I guess. We don't last teams off the park. We get past scores and we scrap like hell as a group to try and fight for every 50-50 ball. And yeah, look, that was the way it was in the semi-final a few years ago. I think in 2011 it was that way in the semi-final as well, and it seems to be the way we do it, but I wouldn't mind winning a few by 20 or 30.
When you hit that one into the grandstand in the super over, what was going through your mind after that?
I just wanted him to miss one more, and like I was just setting up for anything that was going to miss the block hole, and that's obviously the way I play the game, and it's credit to him. He hit his areas beautifully, and yeah, another day it goes a different way, but full credit to England. I'm happy. I'd like to say happy for them, but maybe in a couple of hours I'll be happy for them.
I know these ones are tough, mate, but thanks very much for joining us, and have a safe trip home.
Cool. Thanks, mate.
Well, if you haven't already seen it, you've missed something very, very special, but this is the moment that England will remember forever. Whether you're in Trafalgar Square, whether you're watching on television around England, whether you were lucky enough to be here in person at Lord's, the winning moment of the World Cup. Ross Taylor being consoled there by Tim Southey, who came on, took a brilliant catch off the bench under pressure. Here we go. This is Guptill digging deep. Roy with the throw. Butler the cool head. The hand with the ball goes through the stumps. And England are on top of the world. 2:41 for 8, plays 2:41, that's a normal time. Then we went to overtime and England got it done by 1 run. New Zealand quite simply had to get 16. 16 runs, they got 15. Let's go down to the presentation of the World Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 48 matches and the most incredible ICC Cricket World Cup final of all time, we can crown for the first time England winners of the ICC Cricket World Cup. Before we come to the presentations, I'd like to introduce you to our presentation party, His Royal Highness the Duke of York, Mr. Colin Graves, ICC Director and Chairman, England and Wales Cricket Board, Mr. Greg Barclay, ICC Director and Chairman, New Zealand Cricket, and Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, the ICC's UNICEF Cricket World Cup Ambassador. Also, Mr. Shashank Manohar, Chairman of the International Cricket Council. Before we come to our players, our first presentation is to our ICC match officials who received Cricket World Cup medals, and we'd like to ask up our ICC match referee, Ranjan Madagali, on-field umpires, Kumar Damasina and Maria Erasmus, our third umpire, Rob Tucker, and fourth umpire, Alim Dar. Also like to welcome to the stage ICC TV's Nasser Hussain, who very shortly will be conducting our interviews. We come to the players, and first of all, the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Final Player of the Match, nominated by the commentary team working on today's game for the ICC, and the winner will receive an Hublot watch. After several stunning performances, there was one standout effort, 98 balls, 5 fours and 2 sixes, securing 84 and becoming a national hero, the player of the match, Ben Stokes.
Ben Stokes, man of the match in the World Cup final, and no ordinary World Cup. What does that feel like?
Pretty good, yeah, to be honest. I've pretty lost the words, to be honest. I think all the hard work that has gone in over this 4 years to get this team to where we are today, this is what we aspired to be, and we managed to come here and do it, and to do it with such a good game. I don't think there'll ever be a better game in cricket history than that. So thanks to everybody who's turned out today, and especially throughout the whole competition. We've loved all the support we've got, and we couldn't have done it without you.
Let's go back to, there's so much we could talk about. Let's go back to that middle of that game when you and Joss came together. Did you believe one partnership could get you there, or are you going to need a lot more?
No, we just kept on talking about that, controlling the scoreboard and not letting the run rate wasn't getting too far away from us. And we knew if we were there close to the end, then New Zealand would be under pressure. In that last over when the ball hit the bat and went for 4, it's not exactly what he asked for, and I apologise to Kane countless times about that. It's not exactly how you want to do it, but yeah.
And what were your thoughts when you were running off the field there? You were fit enough for that super over? No one was going to stop you being in that super over?
I definitely wasn't going to bowl after last time it happened anyway. But yeah, there was no chance I wasn't going to be there at the end. It's at the moments like that is what you live for as a professional cricketer. And the new kid on the block, Jofra Archer, I backed him all the way, even when he got hit for that 6. The talent that guy's got is incredible, and he's shown up on the world stage and proved how good he is.
Been through a lot on and off the cricket field, shown here today what it means to you playing for England, and you've shown the support you have from that cricket team as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Without the lads, in this one-day team, in the test team, and everybody I've had around me, my family, the support has been incredible. That's all gone now. I'm just really looking forward to tonight, mate.
Well done, Ben. Many congratulations.
Thanks, Nas. Cheers.
Our next presentation is the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Player of the Tournament. And again, this determined by an independent ICC-appointed panel, and the winner receives again an Hublot watch. There were several standout performances, Rohit Sharma and Shakib Al Hassan, and on the bowling front, Mitchell Starc. But in the end, for 578 runs at an average of 82.57, and his brilliant sportsmanship and leadership to take New Zealand to the final, the player of the tournament, New Zealand's Kane Williamson.
Kane, this is probably one of the harder interviews you have to give. I guess you'd swap both those trophies for one extra run.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Look, it certainly wasn't just one extra run. You know, there's so many small parts in that match that could have gone either way, as we saw throughout that whole game. But congratulations to England. They've had a fantastic campaign and they deserve the victory.
Well, come on, because I'm going to speak to you later after the end of the presentation. But let's just talk about your batting. The way you've played in this tournament has been truly remarkable. You've averaged over 80, 200s, 250s. You must be very proud of the way you hit it.
Yeah, it's been challenging. The pitches have been a little bit different to what we perhaps have expected, and there was a lot of talk of 300-plus scores, but we haven't seen many of those, and it's been a tough fight. And you know, I want to thank our side as well, the New Zealand side, and the fight that they showed throughout this whole campaign on some tough wickets. Showed a huge amount of heart to get us to this stage, all but a draw or a tie in the final, but it just wasn't meant to be today.
That award is not just for your batting, it's for your captaincy as well. They're a good set of bowlers to captain, aren't they? They cover a lot of bases for you.
Yeah, that's right. We got a really well-balanced attack. You know, there's so many parts to it. You know, the guys are shattered at the moment. It's obviously very devastating, but they've performed throughout this tournament at such a high level and given us every opportunity to go on and win this comp. But like I say, it's pretty tough to swallow at this stage, but a fantastic effort from our guys all around.
Well played, Kane Williamson, player of the tournament.
Cheers, thanks.
For such a fitting final, both sides fully deserve their World Cup mementos to remember this great occasion. And first of all, we'd like to call up the New Zealand side, who've played a huge part in this competition, and to receive their medals, please show your appreciation for Captain Kane Williamson, Tom Blundell, Trent Boult, Colin de Granholm, Lockie Ferguson, Martin Guptill, Matt Henry, Tom Latham, Colin Munro, Jimmy Neesham, Henry Nicholls, Mitch Santner, Ish Sodhi, Tim Southey and Ross Taylor.
Kane, a chat about the game now. 10:15 this morning, you won that toss and had a bowl. You think it was the right decision?
Yeah, it's something we wanted to do. We were obviously weighing up the overheads versus the pitch. It was on the dry side, so we felt runs on the board, as it proved, it was going to be challenging, and we were able to get the runs on the board. Yes, we may have liked another 10 or 20, but in a World Cup final, perhaps 250, 240 might be enough, and the guys worked really hard out there, put England under pressure on a tough surface. So it was a fantastic game of cricket. Both sides, you know, showed a lot of fight, a lot of heart. Obviously, to go down to the last ball and then the last ball of the next little match, you know, is tough to separate. But once again, credit to England, and you know, a lot of positives in this experience for our boys as well.
Did you feel as well at the end there, you were just not quite getting the rub of the green, the way the ball hit Ben Stokes' bat and went away for 4?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a shame, wasn't it? Yeah, it's unfortunately that's sort of the game we play, and that sort of thing happens from time to time. But yeah, just hope it doesn't happen in moments like that. And like I say, it's pretty tough to nitpick, except for the fact that perhaps it just wasn't meant to be for us.
And the decision in the Super Over to send Jimmy Neesham out and Martin Guptill, was that an easy one? It nearly paid off, didn't it?
Yeah, both guys that hit the ball really hard, but obviously that left-hand, right-hand combination as well with that slightly shorter side down breeze. So, yeah, decision that was made, and we're just tossing up on the number 3, but not required. Yeah, look, it is tough to perhaps review the match in such small margins, as we know, in any game really that you play, but especially in a match that we saw today.
Kane, you've been a credit to the game, you've been a credit to the tournament, you're a fabulous bloke, fabulous player, well done.
Oh, thank you.
And we now come to the winners of the ICC Cricket World Cup for 2019. To step forward to receive the medals, please welcome the England squad, led by Captain Eoin Morgan, Moeen Ali, Jofra Archer, Jonny Bairstow, Jos Buttler, Tom Curran, Liam Dawson, Liam Plunkett, Adil Rashid, Joe Root, Jason Roy, Ben Stokes, James Vince, Chris Wokes and Mark Woods.
Owen, it's been a long time coming, winning a World Cup. If you're going to do it in some style.
That was, there wasn't a lot in that game. Geez, I'd like to, commiserate Kane and his team. I think you mentioned before, the way they play their cricket, the spirit, the fight that they show really is worth aspiring to, and the example that they lead is hugely commendable to him and his team. I thought today was a hard fought game. On a tough wicket where everybody found it tough to score, we managed to restrict him to probably a good score, and we lost wickets and we're up against it. Buttler and Stokes put together a partnership that really did think that would take us quite deep, but the game unveiled itself a bit more.
But it must give you quite a bit of pleasure winning on a game on a pitch like that, because few people have said, well, they're only good when it's a flat track. That wasn't a flat track. It was some very smart batting on there as well.
Yeah, by no means. This has been a 4-year journey. We've developed a lot over the course of those 4 years, probably in particular the last 2. We find it hard to play on wickets like that, like good teams do around the world. But today it was about getting over the line. Sport's tough at times, but to get over the line today means the world to us.
You are the coolest man I think I've ever met. Even you on that balcony must have been up and down, surely.
Yeah, I was. I was actually being cooled down by Liam Plunkett, which isn't a good sign. We're up and down like a yo-yo. But the guys in the middle really did keep us cool. The way they play, the way they go about their business, they're very experienced. Not just some of the best in our team, they're the best in the world, which is calming at times. But like I said, not a lot between the teams. We're just delighted that we're lifting the trophy today.
And the decision to send Ben Stokes back out, an easy decision?
As long as he wasn't too cooked. We asked him when he came in, could he do it? He took it on with both hands. When you're not up to the pace of the game, you're sitting in the change room doing nothing, you're so far behind. Full credit to the 2 boys that went out and Jofra defending at the end. I thought it was brilliant.
A word on Jofra Archer, 24-year-old, not in the England side a month or so ago, and he's here bowling a super over. It doesn't get much better than that.
It doesn't. Yeah, everything he seems to come up in front of, he improves every time he does. He really does have the world at his feet at the moment.
4 years ago, World Cup flops, bundled out in Adelaide. 4 years later, World Cup champions. What a transformation it has been.
Truly incredible. There's been a lot of people involved along the way, people who aren't here or in the change room today, guys like Andrew Strauss, Paul Farbrace, guys amongst the players, Dave Willey, and a couple of other, Sam Billings, guys who have been in the journey but unfortunately missed out in the squad. It's been an incredible amount of hard work, and it's been all worthwhile just for this.
Well, you've waited long enough. The country has waited long enough. Go and get the trophy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
To hand over the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, Mr. Shankshank Manohar, Chairman of the ICC, and His Royal Highness the Duke of York. ICC, World Cup champions 2019 for the first time, England.
There's a million other people here tonight.
Lords has just erupted. I can tell you, no one has left the ground. Normally, when you go to the presentation and the trophy lift and the champagne is going, people have disappeared out the ground. They're trying to get to St John's Wood tube station to get ahead of the traffic. They have all stayed to watch that historic moment as Eoin Morgan has raised the World Cup above his head. Spectacular scenes here at the home of cricket. And I've got one of the architects of that victory alongside me. Andrew Strauss, what does that mean to you? You were there way back, putting all the plans in place for Eoin Morgan and Trevor Bayliss to get to this point today and win the World Cup. They've done it.
Yeah, and I'm a gibbering wreck. I don't know what to say. It's completely unfathomable, almost. You know, the commitment, the effort, the drive, the determination, the hunger that those guys showed under the utmost pressure. It was just extraordinary to watch. The greatest game of cricket in history, and it was in the Lord's World Cup final. I mean, it really does beg a belief. 22 players should be incredibly proud of themselves today. They've done their countries, their respective countries, proud. And it's a special moment for cricket, but in particular for English cricket. We haven't had a moment like this before. And those 11 guys who are celebrating, they deserve to celebrate because they've been brave enough to try and do something different, something that we've never done before in this country, and they've come off.
The dramatic change from Adelaide to here is so stark. It was such a long, difficult journey to begin with, and it's come to fruition.
Yeah, and it's small steps, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing trying to play a different style, but then you've got to stick with it when you have your bad days and when the press get on your case and when people start doubting you. And you've got to stick with the players when they're out of form, and you've got to back the coach when perhaps people are on his case as well. And you've got to rally behind your captain when maybe he's not having the best of time. And I think over the 4 years, that's what they all did. They came into this tournament #1 team in the world. They had a lot of deep-rooted confidence and belief that they could do it. But by God, did they have to dig deep today. That was as hard as you can possibly get. The pressure was just extraordinary on all 22 players, and no one took a backward step. New Zealand did nothing wrong the whole way through this final. It was an extraordinary game of cricket.
Does it make it harder to take, Baz, because it was so tight, it was so dramatic, it was such small margins?
Yeah, of course it is. I think, you know, I went and saw the New Zealand boys before. They're really emotional, obviously. I think they've played one heck of a game. They've put forward their best foot. England stood up to them today. The teams couldn't be split, but in the end, England held their nerve under pressure. I think New Zealand, they'll be devastated, without doubt, and they'll be devastated for the rest of their careers because they had an opportunity to lift that trophy to win a World Cup. But at the same time, they have a fair amount of respect for Eoin Morgan and his England team because they do play incredibly brave cricket. They play the type of cricket that they like to watch themselves, and they'll know that they were beaten by a team who, just when the real pressure came on, they found a way to get across the line, and they'll have to cop that one.
You're great mate with Eoin. You're pleased for him though, despite being a New Zealander through and through.
Yeah, of course I'm pleased for him because I know again what Strauss is talking about, the hard work that he's had to put in, the sacrifice that he's had to make, and it's not easy doing what he's done in terms of coming over and I guess asking the whole of England to believe in his plans and his personality and what he's been able to do for the team. So he goes down in history, doesn't he, as the England captain who who led his team to a world championship. It's quite amazing.
Just to clear up a couple of things, because people are getting in contact with it. It's got nothing to do with Gilo, by the way. It was all to do with Strauss.
If they'd lost.
Just to clear up a couple of things. The game was tied, 2-4-1 for 8, 2-4-1 all out, so it goes to a super over. When the super over was tied, England got the victory and lifted the World Cup because they scored 26 boundaries in the day to New Zealand's 17. I mean, ridiculous. What a day we've had.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, you can feel the emotion from everyone. Not a crowd, not one person has left the stadium. We're all sitting here watching. I think it's the start of the day. Obviously, if you're an England fan, you wanted England to win. New Zealand, you wanted New Zealand to win. They don't care how they got it done. But for us guys that just love the cricket, we're coming here as a bit of a neutral. We wanted to see some drama. We wanted to see emotion. We wanted to see passion. We want to see a great game of cricket. And it's going to go down as one of the greatest games of all time, if not the greatest one-day game of all time. And if England have been the best side through this tournament, I believe they've been the best side this tournament. I think today, I think New Zealand were the best team. But the rub of the green went to England. I think New Zealand, to defend what they did, just think about it for a second. The toss went up and everyone's going, Overcast should bowl first. He had the courage to bat first and trust his game plan, Kane Williamson. They got a score. They defended that, basically a score to a tie. It gets down to a ball or a run out off a bat that goes to the boundary for 4. They win the game if that doesn't happen. It's very tough for New Zealand to take, but you've got to be happy for England, and I'm proud of Strauss and everyone in England because I think they've been the best side over the last 4 years and the best side in this tournament, so they deserve to win. But they still haven't really beaten New Zealand. It was a tie in the super over. So it's a tough for New Zealand to take for as a Kiwi and as a neutral to say, hang on, it's a tie. There are these countbacks on boundaries, but you've got to take your hat off to England. They found a way to get it done in the end.
Have you seen, you played in World Cup finals, but have you seen a more dramatic, dynamic, tense day of cricket?
No, I mean, I came here as a neutral, and by the end, my legs were feeling weak. The match ebbed and flowed, and just the fact that the pitch, the attitude of the players, the small totals, it all made for such drama at the end of the day. A super over, tied again, and you can see the emotion just as that match ended from both sides. The sides were spent. They'd given absolutely everything they had, left everything on the field, and two sides on opposing ends in terms of one winning and one losing. But at the end of the day, I think New Zealand, hollow words at times when you've lost and you hear this, but they played an exemplary game of cricket. Eyebrows were raised at the way they made the final. They almost limped it there, but today they showed what great heart, what great planning, what great characters they have in their team. For England, it's a sigh of relief, isn't it? 4 years of hard work and planning. Coming in as favourites is never an easy tack to carry, but the way they played the tournament and the way they rose under pressure to deliver that first World Cup, unbelievable. For the fans, for the game of cricket, for kids around England, for the two teams out there and for us watching, what a day.
These scenes are still quite extraordinary. The players going around gently doing a lap of honour. Heart and soul has gone into it for 4 years, and now it's time. Well, I don't know if they'll be able to relax tonight. I don't know if they'll be able to sleep.
Won't sleep for days, Wardy.
I mean, proud of them.
So proud of him. And I said that to Morgs. I had a quick chat with him. I just said, this is a great day for you guys, but it's a great day for the game of cricket. And you know, we all talk about winning and losing. It's great that England won their first World Cup, but as a showcase event for the game of cricket, it does not get any better than this. Those 11 guys should be proud of themselves. The New Zealanders should be equally proud of themselves. And I think the game of cricket should give itself a pat on the back as well today.
Well, the scenes here are fantastic. The players are doing the stupid beefy dance from back in 1992, and the crowd are absolutely loving it. Brilliant scenes in Hyde Park as well, as England got across the line to become world champions. Hopefully that'll inspire a few youngsters to take up the game and follow in the footsteps of the likes of Eoin Morgan. We are going to say goodbye to viewers now on Channel 4. Stay with us on Sky, though. We're going to try and get more interviews and even get into the England dressing room.
experienced it. That's something that the 4 years, the planning, you know, Australia, all the other sides, New Zealand, every side that played this World Cup that didn't get it done, in the next week or so will start to plan the next 4 years about winning a World Cup. But winning a World Cup like these guys are feeling right now, there's a sense of relief, a sense of pride, there's a sense of we did it, and just a total enjoyment about for each other and how enjoyable it is when you play with a group of guys and you live through the ups and downs. To experience this sort of stuff is something you'll never ever have the opportunity to do. These guys are like family. There'll be plenty of love in their dressing room in this tonight as well.
Bring that in. Can you bring that in? Bring that in.
Stokesy. Well done, mate. Congrats, bud. Well done. Take
that around with it.
Well done, Joff.
Root covered me in shit. How does that feel?
Speechless, buddy. Speechless. It speaks for itself. All the crowd here have been unbelievable. So we're going to party well tonight, but we're in before 12. So
Is he staying for a chat or is he just watching? Come here. Come here. Family are up there. World Cup has been raised in front of them. Here it is. Hold that for us. What does that feel like to get your hand on that?
Unbelievable. I still can't actually believe it. It's been an incredible day. Absolutely phenomenal. Full credit to Kane and his team. The way they play their cricket, I think, is hugely admirable. They really do set the standard for the spirit of the game and the fight that they show. I thought there was very little between the teams today. We were very fortunate to get over the line. I'm very fortunate to be holding this baby.
And proud.
Extremely proud. This has been planning in the pipeline for the last 4 years. Been a lot of guys involved who are instrumental, who aren't with us today. One of those is standing right there, Andrew Strauss. He's been phenomenal for us over the last 3 years. Really has. He believed, like myself did and TB did, and we brought it home.
He's been quite emotional over there, Strauss.
Yeah, it's been an emotional change for him the last couple of games. But man, it means a huge amount to us. We've been so involved in everything that's been going on, like the players, like the backroom staff. I think there'd be something wrong if it didn't feel a little bit emotional.
Did you ever doubt your methods?
I think in those must-win games, I doubted actually whether we'd get through at small periods. But the way I think we came out and played against India at Edgbaston in that must-win game in the group stage really did turn the tide for us, confidence-wise, momentum-wise. I think we've gone from strength to strength since then.
Just going to bring in the families again because you guys are going up and down and you're probably grumpy at certain times and probably not very nice to live with. They've got to put up with a lot and they deserve a bit of credit too.
They deserve a huge amount of credit. They all came into the change room after the semi-final win against Australia. They'll come up into the change room with us, all the wives, girlfriends, mothers, fathers, the parents that have played a huge role over the years. They're an extremely important part of us getting to where we are.
As Jason said, in before 12, please, Morgan.
Absolutely, absolutely. He set the tone, we're still sticking with it.
Many, many congratulations.
Thanks everybody at home, thank you.
You haven't brought a silly Bob Willis mask this time, have you?
No. It's up there though. It's way upstairs.
How does that feel with the winner's medal around your neck?
Oh, what a day. What an unbelievable day. What a tournament. I think we've gone through some tough periods throughout the group stages. We managed to hold our own, and then today, those two guys in particular, Joss and Stokesy, chasing that down when everything was against them, to hold their nerve, to take it deep. Ben in particular, I think what he's been through over the last couple of years, that World Cup final, everything else that's come with it. For him, his family, everyone that's close to him, it's almost written in the stars for him today. I couldn't be more pleased and proud for him to be the fulcrum of it, and to get the limelight today was awesome to be a part of. Not something that I'd recommend health-wise.
How were your emotions through the day then when you were sat up there watching the end?
Awful.
No good?
I went from probably playing one of the worst innings of my professional career to now feeling like the best day of my professional career. So, unbelievable. Absolute roller coaster. Joff at the end as well. To hold his nerve like he did, it's an outstanding performance.
You snuck up and scared me then. I didn't know you were behind the corner until someone here told me. How does that feel?
It's an amazing feeling. Great bunch of guys. I don't think I'd like to share this moment with any other people right now.
It was a long time coming. I mean, when you first got selected, did you dream that this would happen?
No, look, never in my wildest dreams. Even up to last night, couldn't really get to sleep. Today was a really, really massive day, and I think we actually got the chance to just show what we can do. We win from anywhere.
Does it make it extra special for you because you were right in the thick of it with that pressure super over and you delivered?
To be honest, yeah, a little bit. The last time I was in the final, it didn't go my way, to be honest. And I just got Ben to thank for that. He told me that if we lose today, it does not define me as a player, you know. And that went a long way with me. Probably when they got hit for the 6, I was like,